Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben and sometimes Dagoon. In this video, I'll be sharing 5 ways one can improve target acquisition during sniping, while jumping, gliding, and or falling in Destiny. I'm also going to come up with a shorter title for that later. Some of the items on this list will involve hardware-related factors that can affect target acquisition. Others will be more tactical things that can be implemented to improve target acquisition. Keep in mind, the items on this list are not listed in order of importance, so without further ado, number 5, strafing. I've witnessed a lot of this going on in the Crucible. Stationary snipers. You can imagine when stationary, this champ over here needs to use the right stick to make both vertical and horizontal adjustments to acquire a target. To strafe is to move your character sideways while facing your target. It is something most people do without thinking. If you're rolling your eyes at how obvious this point is, believe me, it is not known to many. The benefit gained by incorporating a simple strafe while acquiring a target is that you can make both vertical and horizontal adjustments simultaneously. Number 4, button layout. If you have a SCUF controller that allows you to keep your fingers on the analog sticks at all times, you need not pay attention to this point. But if you use a regular controller like myself, I highly recommend using the jumper layout. Some of you may be familiar with this from the Halo days, where it used to be called bumper jumper. It puts the jump button on the left bumper, or L1 button, allowing you to keep your fingers on the analog sticks at all times. The benefit here is that you can actively track your target while jumping, falling, and just about all kinds of things. It's one of those things that will take some getting used to, but after a couple of days of playtime, you'll wonder how you ever played without it. The reason I've listed this point here is because it helps with the next item on the list, sight alignment. This involves lining your target with the barrel of your weapon. In first-person shooters, when your weapon is in the hip-fire position, the goal is to line the target with the center of your screen. I'm using some law enforcement / military terminology here, so those of you that have served your respective countries or are actively serving will be familiar with this. Couple things though, guys. First off, thank you for your dedication to protect and serve. Secondly, you really need to stop aiming for the center of mass. This is a video game. Come on, snap out of it. Seriously. The only vital organ in Destiny is the face. Here's an example of how, unless you have final round, then I guess even your pinky toe is a vital organ. Here's an example of how little effort it takes to steal face if you make a habit of aligning your sights constantly. Mind you, your sights can be aligned while your primary is equipped. It doesn't always have to be your sniper. I find myself doing this constantly, pre-aiming with a primary and switching to a sniper to finish the kill. The perks you have on your sniper can also play a part in this as well. Patrick Casey of PlanetDestiny actually made a very comprehensive video listing the perks that could assist in target acquisition. I highly recommend you check that out if you haven't already. Number 2, another factor that can affect your ability to acquire a target, or at least to do so quickly, is display lag. Display lag is something that is noticeable when playing on big screen TVs. It is the time it takes your screen to process the signal from your console into an image. With large screens, this lag can be as high as 50 milliseconds. Just to give you an idea of how long that is, the average human blink lasts about 100 milliseconds. Or 150 if you have a lazy eye. Probably not. But display lag is the reason most competitive gaming leagues, or even your favorite streamers, play on 23 to 24 inch monitors with 1 to 2 millisecond response times. I've personally played on a 42 inch LCD TV before, and I had to give it away because it made gaming unbearable. It felt as though I could never get the first shot off. Some TVs actually have game mode, which does away with the processing that goes on while gaming. To what extent that lowers display lag, not really sure. Anywho, number 1, control freaks. Now, these little gadgets work, and they do so by granting you increased leverage. With control freaks, moving your analog stick a quarter of an inch to the left no longer snaps your scope halfway across the screen. It allows you to make the slightest of corrections, and to make them quickly. Here's some examples of this. In this example, I end up having to make 3 corrections before lining up for the snapshot. I should mention I do only use one on my right stick. It really helps with sight alignment while jump sniping, or glide/blink sniping if you're a Titan or Warlock. Although I do know of some snipers that don't bother using control freaks, they generally use a lower sensitivity to allow for micro adjustments while sniping. So, fair warning, it may be an acquired preference. I for one am sold on them. I caught myself calling aimbot on myself once. That's as good a quality test as any in my book. Anywho, that's my time. If you have any little snippety snipe tricks of your own, feel free to share them in the gobbledygook below. Until next time, God bless and may your kills be many and your deaths be few.